there is a wealth of pie-eating ASMR on YouTube.
Of course there is.
Hi, and welcome back to ABBA 2. Overheard in UniSFA podcast.
The sequel to ABBA.
The sequel to ABBA. Except we're not that, we're a podcast.
No, we're the sequel to ABBA.
We're the sequel to ABBA, the podcast.
We can be both.
I'm John, I'm here with Cam, and our guest for this week, Jade. Say hi.
Hi, I'm Jade.
Oh, that was perfect timing.
That is Jade.
That is Jade.
Can
Friend of the
confirm.
show, Jade.
Yeah.
You've been mentioned in an episode before, by the way.
Have I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have.
Oh.
You're gonna have to
you got
listen.
John-
No. You're gonna have to listen to every single one to know which one.
How... Oh.
Yeah, we can still spoil what it was about, though.
How long
Because
did you
you
sit down?
Also, it's not gonna be that hard to figure out if you look at the episode titles.
Okay.
got John hooked
Wow,
on space shanties.
Oh, I did get John hooked on space shanties.
I had one like a weekend where I just only listened to Filk music.
It's very good.
That's right, it's called Filk music.
Yeah, Filk.
That turns me away from it more than anything else.
I'm
Hate the
used
word
to it.
Filk.
It's
Filk
not-
around
it's
and
not
Filk films out.
It's not a good word.
No. Sounds
No.
like worse milk. Sounds like milk that someone has sabotaged.
It's like you've gone from milk to pilk with Pepsi, obviously, and we've gone from that to a third unknown substance.
What? Yeah. What do you mix with milk to make Filk?
You fuck it. It's fucked milk.
You're right.
You know I'm right is the problem.
It's like that olive
Episode
oil
title.
comic. It's like he's going through the olive oil aisle, and it's virgin olive oil, and then lightly fucked olive oil. How's everyone's week been?
Yeah, you know, I'm a soup now. Semester's over. I did my last exam.
What flavor of soup are you?
Gazpacho. I don't think I've had
what's in
gazpacho.
I think you're more of a.
All right, yeah. Come on, which soup am I? You've committed now.
I'm trying desperately to think of the word, and I can't
What's in
get
it?
it.
BuzzFeed. Which soup are you? Quiz?
Fuck.
What's in it, John? Give me an ingredient. Give me a color.
Tomato.
Is it
Red?
tomato soup, John?
No, it has
Is
like
it minestrone?
yes, minestrone. My brain was like marsupial, Marcelli, Marsicino, Martinez,
Mascarpone. Yeah.
Mascarpone. Every single word that started with M was blankly Italian went through my head except for I forgot
Minestrone.
Minestrone.
That's all right,
the
man.
one. I have to interrupt to inform everyone that there is a "What kind of soup are you?" BuzzFeed quiz.
Let's do
Fucking
the
hell.
soup.
Yeah.
Let's do the. Let's do the soup.
Are we doing the BuzzFeed?
We're gonna make
Let's
food.
do the BuzzFeed. Can you bring up the BuzzFeed quiz?
Live with the audience.
Yeah,
Live.
Everyone play along from home.
Yeah,
Pause it now.
I would
get
like
your
you
soup
to.
out.
I would like you to message.
Stop doing this to people. No. Message John if anyone.
No, I'd like you to. Do I say Merlin
Don't message
again?
John ever.
No, please.
No, message John. He likes being messaged.
I do like being messaged. With nice things. Message. Who could be?
Merlin does like soup.
Okay,
you can
message
say Merlin
Merlin with what soup you got.
Yeah, sometimes
the
John will
audience?
just
Yeah,
seek
the
our
audience is going to
on it,
message Merlin.
Okay, yeah,
which I find deeply cursed, but in a way that I'm not really going to stop.
yeah.
I have no
I
power
also
here.
think it's deeply
No.
cursed,
I'm
and that's
sitting
why
down.
I continue to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Merlin, if you're getting upset at this, I'd like you to message Merlin.
Merlin could just not listen.
it's true.
Missing out. Okay, anyway, the quiz.
The quiz.
What's the
Alright.
first question?
So
We really do. Okay, this is great.
this is good content, everyone. We've got to pick our favorite comfort food, and we've got
Soup.
Is soup on there?
soup's not on there. We do have
What
stew.
the fuck? Okay, stew's close. Is
Stew-
there anything that's
stew
more
I
soup
do
adjacent?
kind of hate stew.
No.
What?
Hmm?
Hold on, no, cancel this. Whole thing's out. You hate stew?
Yeah, stew kind of.
What? How?
My
Why?
anger at it has been stewing for a while, but it's like soup, but like worse.
No, it's
No,
not.
And I
it's
don't
like
even like
soup,
soup that
but-
much.
Better.
All right, okay.
It's got chunks.
John's been banned from the soup
Yeah,
BuzzFeed.
yeah,
No,
We're
no, no.
Without him.
Yeah,
No,
John's answers aren't
It's
relevant.
gonna.
here.
I'm gonna
It's
do the
Cam
quiz,
I
and it's
from
gonna give
here
me
on out.
bread.
Water.
Ugh.
A delicious glass of ice
It's
water.
gonna give me Dr Pepper.
Filk.
Filk.
It's got to be.
Oh,
the
it's
episode
Fanta
title,
and milk.
right?
I should do that. No, I shouldn't do that.
You should not do
I
that.
should not drink Fanta and milk.
No, you don't want to mix anything citrus with milk.
I've already fucked it up.
Oh.
I know you have, bud. John loves to make
The
beverages
Pasito-
that shouldn't be.
The Pasito banana milk incident.
Oh,
You
no, I
did.
can see the attempt there,
I
though, because,
did.
you know, that's
I've
like
got
a...
images of my. I've got blurry images of my phone on my
Well,
phone of me.
that's
throwing
like
the
what
trash.
if breakfast juice was a milk? And breakfast juice
Yeah,
is
that's what I
pretty
was
good.
thinking. It's like tropical, right?
Yeah.
It's like tropical themed.
Yeah,
And then
like-
I did it. I'm like, why is it all filmy? Why is it all
Yeah,
like
it's-
thick?
It's congealed because you
Because
fucked it
it's-
up.
it's
Oh, I'm
curdled.
eating curdled
John,
milk.
have I told you about the cement mixer before?
Huh? No.
Okay. So I've
Wait,
had
is this with
discussion
the? Is
about
this with the Xanthax?
No,
The-
no,
the
the
gum?
xanthan gum to
The
make the
xanthan
vodka
gum.
sloppy. No,
Not the Xan-
I
Um,
saw videos of that.
yeah, the vodka sloppy is we thickened vodka because we could.
You
and
gave me
it was
thickened
awful.
Pepsi.
It
I
looked a
think.
lot like cum.
Yeah, it really
It
did.
really did. It just looked a lot like cum. No, so the cement mixer is one of the first it's like a joke shot. I was given it at like one of the first uni after parties I went to
this
back
is
in my
ringing a
first
bell,
year.
but continue.
Oh.
So you
I
take
may
a
have
shot of
heard
lime
this.
juice and you swirl it around in your mouth a whole bunch, right? And then you swallow it. And then you do the same thing with a shot of Bailey's. And it congeals live in your mouth and like doubles in size.
Oh,
It's very
what's
off-putting.
Bailey's?
Oh,
Bailey's is an Irish cream, so it's like a milky liqueur.
Okay. I don't drink. I have no alcohol knowledge.
it's delicious.
It
Bailey's
sounds
is,
good.
it's like a little bit chocolatey. It's milky.
That sounds really good.
It's like,
It's quite nice.
yeah,
Often put into like milkshakes and things.
yeah, very, very good in milkshakes.
I've just realized why it's called the cement mixer, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Took you a minute, didn't it?
I was too busy being like
Beverage.
beverage.
Yeah, but it seems like because the thing is, I didn't realize it was a joke shot. I'm just like, oh, it's a fun experience.
Was it?
Yeah. I was already pretty fucked.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
do it. Definitely do it. Yeah. Do we want to continue with the soup quiz, or have we given up?
Well, if we don't like soup,
I mean, I still want to know what kind of soup I am.
yeah, that's fair.
I want to know what kind of rotten food I am.
That's fair. All right, okay.
It's not that I hate soup.
What
it's
soup
just
do you
like
think you are? Do you have, name 5 soups?
pumpkin, chicken and vegetable,
All right.
tomato, minestrone, Jackie Chan.
All right, good.
What
Good.
the
We
fuck
got the
is a
bit.
Jackie Chan soup.
I got a video to show you later.
Yeah, right.
So sorry, Jackie. We bring up Jackie Chan a lot here. It
And
gets,
sometimes
gets
we-
her every time.
We bring up Jackie Chan, and sometimes we bring on Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Yeah, soup. Okay.
I'm
the-
soup.
On the concept of like what thing are you? Because I had ideas for the first time in my goddamn life. I decided to contribute to this podcast.
Have you made a
Right.
Have you made a quiz for us?
No, I'm
What-
not going to make a quiz.
What overheard a UniSFA guest are you? What overheard a UniSFA
They're all
host?
ham. My experience is universal.
What
no one
overheard
else's
a
are, though.
UniSFA host are you? It's just like it's either just like a coin flip whether you get which one of us you get. You only get Cam, or it's like a 300 answer long quiz that like
If you
deeply
finish it, it
goes
sends
into
you a
our-
link to like a Google form to be on the podcast.
Yes.
It's you. You're you, idiot.
Actually, we
You're
should
the
do
host
that.
now. That's not a bad
Yeah.
idea. All right, so because I feel like it's been what 12 weeks now. I should probably contribute to this podcast meaningfully.
Yeah.
Don't say that. You contribute a lot to this podcast.
Sure, but like I wanted to help. I didn't do this on purpose. I don't think I can say that I tried to help. What's your favorite fucking fantasy sword?
Oh.
Because there's a lot of cool swords out there.
It's going to be very
We've
hard
got-
not to
we've
choose
got
sword.
Sword's pretty good.
Guts' sword from Berserk.
Guts' sword from
That's
Berserk's
a
a
very
solid
good
pick.
sword.
What's so cool about Guts' sword from Berserk?
It's
fucking
like
big.
Oh,
7
okay, I
feet
can get-
long.
I can
this
get behind
wide
that.
and like that thick. It's more designed like he was raised badly,
Yes.
so trained to use like a full sized adult 2-handed sword when he was a kid. And that's like because they didn't train him right, and they were just being shits to this little kid that was hanging out with them.
Yeah. And then he grew up.
And he grew up, but he was used to using a sword that's too big. That's just how he learned to fight.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Uh,
very good.
There's a lot of cool fantasy swords.
There
though.
is.
There's
There are.
like, there's sword. There's Califwilch. There's
God, you really are a guy who's only read home stuff.
I was
going to
say there's shard blades.
Shard blades are very. I was
Shard
thinking about
blades
shard blades.
fuck hard.
Shard blades do fuck very hard.
Yeah. Do they have? I'm trying to think of other fantasy series I'm read.
There's like the lightsaber. That's a classic.
Oh,
favorite
the
sword.
lightsaber.
Yeah,
classic
you're
sword.
right. That is
The
a
lightsaber
fantasy
did
sword.
a lot of damage to swords.
It's a sci-fi sword.
Yeah.
Like even like the shard blade is like that's lightsaber.
Is it?
Like
Yeah.
non-zero lightsaber.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, it's kind of a
totally. It has
lightsaber.
the like magic cut through anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightsaber's ability to do that, like
Turns.
everyone looked at that and was like, "Oh, I wanted
Can
my
shard blades
swords
turn
to do that."
small? I can't remember.
They
It's been a
can.
while. Yeah.
This is a little bit
you
of a spoiler.
No, yeah, it is a bit of a spoiler. Never mind.
Don't worry about it.
Do you think George Lucas just didn't want to be called a weeb? He wanted katanas.
He did.
He daydreamed about cutting through tanks with his
Yeah.
katanas.
Well, like lightsabers couldn't do that in episode 4.
No,
In
they
episode
couldn't.
4, the lightsaber cuts one guy's arm off.
No,
and it's like
and it's
Surely
Yeah,
Darth
yeah.
Vader cuts through a wall with a lightsaber.
no.
No.
Darth Vader barely
he does
uses his
not.
lightsaber. He cuts like in the second one, like in episode 5, there's a lot of like cutting through shit. Right, he severs like power, like the structures in Cloud City.
Yeah.
Cuts through.
But
like,
even
crates
then,
and
it's
shit.
like a
It's
a
like a-
hacking thing.
You know
Yeah.
what, George Lucas? I don't think it's too late to put like katana.
Well,
Like
it's
we can add
That's
cross
the dark
guards.
saber. The dark saber is just a katana.
What's the dark saber?
it's a evil. Well, it's not evil, but it's the lightsaber for people who fight Jedi.
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's like thin and black, and it's got
Oh,
like a
I think
tip.
I know that one.
Yeah, it's made of like
Is it like black
Oh,
and
shit.
white kind of?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
I remember
It
that.
glows
Right.
black, but that means it looks white. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I like. This isn't fantasy, but the monofilament swords in Lancer are
Yeah.
fucking sweet.
No, okay. My rule of thumb, right? For it's fantasy if there's a sword,
Yeah, you're right.
and it's sci-fi if there's a robot
Yeah,
or a spaceship.
yeah.
Okay, so, and then if it has both, it's science fantasy.
It can just be both.
Yeah.
It can
Science
okay,
fantasy.
Star Wars has always
Science-
been fantasy.
Science fantasy is its own thing, distinct from both science fiction and fantasy.
Mm.
I would argue that you can be science fiction and fantasy without being science fantasy.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Shadowrun's a bit science fantasy.
yeah.
Oh, totally.
It's
The
also
one
very
that- the
cyberpunk, but like
Gideon
Yeah.
is like the thing I
Gideon's-
think of science
Gideon's
as
a little
fantasy.
science fantasy. The thing is that Gideon is just Dune because everything is. But Gideon got to Dune by putting together the pieces of 5 different things that are Dune, and it came back and recreated Dune out of that.
Where are the sandworms in Gideon?
It doesn't have the worms, but like
Well, we managed to recreate June, but leave out the coolest part of June.
yeah, it's true.
Where
There are skeletons now. though.
what is the Dune in Gideon?
So
I'm
all right, so
gonna guess the answer is read June. I haven't read it.
Yeah,
I've
it's
read
the-
Dune.
It's the Emperor
Huh.
mostly. It's the
Okay,
It's
yeah.
the swords. It's the swords.
The swords.
So anything
are-
with swords and an emperor is
Yeah,
June.
okay. I'll pay that.
But like mostly it's the Empire. It's the Emperor. It's like that's.
Yeah,
I know that sounds like a cop out, but that's so Dune.
it's very. Oh fuck! Which one was it? Children of Dune with
got 'em here.
Emperor Leto, the
Yeah.
Slug Emperor.
Yeah, who did
Yeah.
like come to represent what Dune was in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Schlimperer. Take me to Slurch. I'll slurch. Did you all hear the news about Joe Biden?
It's that he's a top.
Yeah, he's
Guilty
like
Gear
an
player.
absolute god at Guilty Gear.
Oh god, I heard about this.
Yeah. How do we feel about Joe Biden bodying people in Guilty Gear? The President of the United States is actually just cracked at Guilty Gear.
I'm afraid of the respect that would be due to him
Yeah.
for his considerable prowess. Do we know who he means?
Huh? I think it's Chip.
Okay.
Chip. No, Chip. What's his last name?
Chapley.
Chip Guilty Gear. It's very funny because this Chip Guilty
I should probably
is a president.
make it clear because
Chip Zanoof.
we all understand the bit here, but listeners might not. That
Joe
one of the
Biden.
top Guilty Gear players is anonymous and has been participating in online tournaments under the name Joe Biden.
It's Joe Biden.
And since we have no idea who this person is, if they are not in fact President of the United States, 46th President of the United States, Joseph Biden.
There's no reason to assume it's not.
when the tournaments have been announcing rankings, they've just been atting POTUS.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
a good bit.
It's very funny. I believe he means Chip Zanuf, who has his own, who is the president of his own nation in the Guilty Gear lore.
So it comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yes, I believe it's his own nation. He's also a massive weeb, I think.
Is everyone in Guilty Gear not a massive weeb?
No. Chip possesses a great love of Japan and even claims to have been born there.
Yeah, all right.
And even claims to have been born there. But his image of the
been
country
born
is
there,
largely...
sorry?
He even claims to have been born there.
Yeah, that if he was born there, it'd just say he
But,
was born
but
there.
his image of the country is largely idealized and has little to do with reality. Chip's non-Japanese origin is given away by his speech. Some of his lines during the combat consist only of
Holy
Japanese
shit.
words known to foreigners.
So he
and
actually
whenever
is a
he
weeb.
Oh, this.
And
fucks.
whenever he is surprised, he will exclaim, "What?" in English.
Oh, I love this. I have such respect for whoever wanted to write this character. Whoever just
God.
possessed like an absolute hatred for everything weeb, and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this man in my video game." Oh, that's beautiful. Truly beautiful.
Chip is seeking presidency, tries to convince other characters to vote for him.
Does the vote of a Guilty Gear character count for more?
I think if a Guilty Gear character votes for you in the election, it should count for more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if whoever makes Guilty Gear, I can't remember the name.
I have no idea who makes Guilty Gear.
If they make like a little animation which is like Bridget saying like vote Democrat, I feel like there will be like a non-insignificant number of increased amount of votes.
I feel like it would cause uproar.
I feel like you'd have, well, anyone who's going to care about the opinion of fictional character Bridget from Guilty Gear is either going to be already voting Democrat if they are, if they live in the US, or they're going to be upset that Bridget is enough of a liberal to say vote Democrat.
Yeah.
Or they're in deep, deep denial.
That's very possible.
If
Like-
any of you, if
There are some real shitheads out there who still like Guilty Gear.
That's very true. But Bridget,
Yeah.
if in the future Bridget endorses the Democratic Party and that causes someone's
Both the
egg
Democratic
to, someone's
Party
egg
and
to
Guilty
break,
Gear
please
owe us
contact us. We'd like to know your story. What did you say, Cam?
Oh, I said if that does happen, then both the Democrat Party and Guilty Gear owe us money.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they already do.
Yeah. More money.
We were kind enough to mention them on our illustrious podcast.
Yes, that's true. That's more.
Yeah.
Well, that's to be fair. We're big enough. We can do that.
If
we can be magnanimous
if
about
Joe
that shit.
Biden,
Yeah.
president of the United States, or Joe Biden, Guilty Gear player,
Yeah.
or maybe the same person,
We've
wants
already-
to come on the podcast,
I think-
just message Merlin. I'm sure he can organize it.
I'd like to see some sort of Freaky Friday situation where Joe Biden, Guilty Gear player, and Joe Biden, president, swap roles for a week.
The first
Yes.
game of president.
What do you think? What do you think Joe Biden Guilty Gear would do?
White House LEDs.
Oh, yeah, no, the first step is RGBing the White House.
I think
Clearly.
they legalize air dashing.
Oval Office gamer chair.
Yeah, the Oval Office has got to have a setup. Battle stations.
Yeah.
Reddit.com/r/battle stations.
There's no monitor on the desk in the Oval Office, and really, what are you fucking doing? It's 2022.
Oh, God, can you fucking imagine?
I'd like to set up a new LAN room in the White House.
Why does Joe Biden Guilty Gear player sound like George W. Bush?
This is
George, I hate this is how you found out that Joe Biden Guilty Gear is in fact George W.
this
Bush.
is how he's hoping for the Freaky Friday situation.
Honestly, that's kind of
Absolutely horrid.
yeah. Like it fits right into this fucked up timeline that we're all in. But
I think if there was a
Man.
presidential Freaky Friday going on, we'd have like way
Which
more cool
president-
shit going on, like in general.
I think if there was a presidential Freaky Friday situation going on, not a lot would change.
That's true. As
Yeah,
well.
you can't do much in a week, probably.
I reckon the president can do a
that.
lot in a week, but not on purpose.
Yeah, right?
The power being wielded is too clumsy to like intentionally do a thing in a week.
I reckon
But you could really
call an
cause some
election
fucking
in a
problems.
week. You could create an election in a week, right?
I mean, the US president is commander-in-chief. You could blow up a lot of shit. But you couldn't do that much at home.
I feel like there's someone whose job is to just slap the president if he's like acting that out of character, though.
Yeah, I hope.
You'd hope, right? Yeah.
You'd hope.
I mean, apparently not really,
There's
but yeah.
There's that whole ethical thing that was proposed.
Oh, with the football?
The nuclear
football?
codes being implanted in a volunteer's heart, so that
if the president,
if the president ever needed to call in a nuclear strike, sorry, Jim, 1 million people need to die.
and has to like do it himself, and like the fucking which one of the major security agencies was like, that's horrible. He might never push the button, and it's like,
that's the fucking point.
If he can't kill a guy himself about it, maybe he shouldn't be killing 1 million plus people about it.
Yeah.
What if you became president and you tripped and died?
I mean, that's what happened to JFK.
If Joe Biden guilty,
His
head just did that.
If Joe Biden guilty gear became president and then tripped and died, would he come back to life after the week's over?
No.
Depends. Which round is it?
Huh? Round 1
goes back to character select.
Heaven or hell. I reckon if Joe Biden guilty gear was president, he'd blame the beasts for the problems. I reckon he'd get elected not by reflecting on their own problems, but by blaming the beasts.
Joe Biden sounds like I'm going to get like D's nuts. The name Joe Biden.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Like
Biden D's nuts.
Yeah, like it feels like I'm about to get got every time.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's not going to leave my
mind. It's because Joe, right? And then like Biden is kind of
it's
Joe
a mix
Mama.
It's Joe Mama and D's nuts.
Yeah,
Joe Mama these nuts.
Yeah,
Joe Mama Biden D's nuts. Is that something?
Guilty gear. I think they should add. I was gonna say I think they should add Joe Biden to Guilty Gear. That's the next character.
Oh, they should.
I think they should just have a character who's like the current president.
He should have
POTUS.
Have a dog
in Guilty Gear.
As part
it's his ulti.
They already have a dog character.
All right, like a finisher for that dog where he buries it.
Yeah, and that somehow
that's what Joe Biden does.
His ultimate is like punch through the heart of the volunteer on the nuclear codes.
They'd never sign up for it, but yeah, they should be. To play the Joe Biden character, you have to fucking punch a guy's heart clean out.
Yeah, right.
The president gets like the fucking punches into the chest, pulls out the still beating heart.
We've implanted the secret code to unlock Joe Biden as a Guilty Gear character in the hearts of 300 players.
Love the tone whiplash on this podcast.
Oh,
yeah. This is great. This is a lot of fun.
Well, we can afford to do whatever we want now since we got the soup sponsorship.
Oh, right. Yeah,
that's pretty super.
Son of a bitch.
Jade, how long have you been in UniSFA? UniSFA. Like, how long have you been around?
Fuck.
As a cam hauler.
Okay, it's 2022 now, so like,
No, they changed it.
Oh, they changed it.
They do that. They do that every now and then.
Fucking Julius.
Caesar?
Fuck it,
I thought you were gonna say Julie.
The calendar.
I thought you were gonna say Julie. I thought you were saying like Julia, like the Gillard.
Yeah, I'm blaming like what? 2008 Labour Prime Minister Julia Gillard.
No, she was like 2000. This has been a very politics-heavy
that
episode.
timing lines up because it was Kevin 07.
It was Kevin 07.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Kevin 07.
Kevin 11.
Yeah, and then he got ousted.
Do you think Kevin Rudd would be good at Guilty Gear?
No,
I think he would.
No,
but Joe Biden is.
Yeah, but Joe Biden's built different.
Who would be like the best like Australian Prime Minister of recent years at Guilty Gear?
Of recent years.
Yeah, like post 2000. Yeah, I was thinking Malcolm Turnbull as well. Like something about that guy just yells
Turnbull like could be like a weeb.
Okay. No,
Malcolm Turnbull, main soul
Kevin
bad guy.
Kevin Rudd feels like the sort to buy like anime figures.
Yeah.
But Malcolm Turnbull, I can see playing esports
Yeah.
and getting really heated.
What esport
Alright.
do you think he plays then?
Valorant.
Yeah, yeah, something about that lines up.
Yeah, Malcolm Turnbull plays Valorant.
He means Sky.
I don't know that.
Sky's
much
the
about
Australian
Valorant.
character in Valorant.
Yeah, all right.
She has a lot of like.
I feel like I don't know that Malcolm Turnbull would play an Australian character. I feel like
he just decided to like, I'm gonna play the Australian character because I'm Australian. I'm gonna show my dedication to the country, and then he forgot he could pick other characters. Like he's just like,
He's
I
doing
guess
it
I'm playing
for the
this one now.
publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows the
okay,
voters wouldn't
okay.
respect it if he didn't.
would choose a Brit
Not that he got
if
voted.
he had the opportunity.
There's-
He's got a
is
bit
there-
of like Teaboo in him.
Is it? Wait,
That's
what's
it.
the?
I think
most
Harold
British
Holt could play an
character?
esport.
Oh, Harold Holt could totally play an esport.
The thing is with Harold Holt is that he could do it.
He could do it.
I don't know anything about his politics,
I'm
but
not-
like he could do
God,
it.
I have no fucking.
One day he'll come back and he'll pull the sword out of the stone and play esports.
He'll become a Subnautica speedrunner.
Oh my god. No, yeah, if I do start playing Subnautica online with just like randoms, I should take the screen name Harold Holt for that.
You should. You absolutely should.
Holy shit, I might rename my captain.
When I start
Wait, you
playing
mean
Barotrauma.
Oh yeah, I did mean Barotrauma.
When I
Yeah.
start playing Barotrauma, I'm gonna be
Oh
Harold Holt.
fuck! Yeah, you're right.
Holy
And
shit.
you've got to just leave the submarine while no one's watching.
Just disappear into the abyss.
And everyone's like, "Where the fuck's Harold Holt?" And then you've recreated.
He's the captain.
I find it really funny to imagine someone's just looking at the ship, they just look out the window and they just see a guy swimming up into the distance.
I mean, there was that whole theory that Harold Holt got picked up by a Russian submarine.
I thought it was a Chinese submarine.
Was it?
I mean, there's theories, they're out there.
Yeah, like same shit.
I think that
basically.
he got grabbed by aliens.
Barotrauma roleplay.
But there's some from the ocean, like in Crisis. No, not Crisis. What's that game that everyone used to use as like the PC benchmark?
Crisis.
Yeah, that
No,
is
Crisis.
It's Crisis? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Crisis, but I was thinking of Time Crisis in my head just now, and I was like, it's not Time Crisis.
No, it's not.
Time
It's
Crisis
just
is sick,
regular
though.
Crisis.
We
It's
didn't
just regular
Space
Crisis with a
Crisis.
Y.
Yeah, Crisis.
Precise. God, Barotrauma's good. For
Barotrauma's
those of
very
you
good.
listening at home or on the bus,
and nowhere
Barotrauma-
else.
Yeah, no, that's the two places you're allowed to listen to this podcast.
On the 950 Circle route.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
bus.
If you're listening on the 950 right now,
Write us.
let
Good for you.
UniSFA_podcast
No.
at gmail.com.
I'm gonna stop
That's
bullying
that's
you.
not a real email address, I don't think.
I don't
might
think it
be.
is.
Wait, no, overheardnews@gmail.com. Yeah, that's our email address.
Is it?
Yeah,
It
okay.
actually is. I did make an
sick.
email for this podcast.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Yeah, no, you got it right.
I got
How
it
did you
right.
know? You're getting a great grade in overheardnews@gmail.com.
Which is both
Sucks
normal
on
to
you
want
all
and
for
possible
not-
to achieve.
Sucks on
Everyone
you all
wants
for
that.
not claiming it earlier and forcing me to pay up money to get it.
I'm shocked that.
Wait,
the,
shit! Someone's gonna get the
that-
fucking web page now.
No, we don't need a website. It's fine.
Yeah, we do.
website.
No, it's fine.
No,
They
we
can
need
just
like a
listen.
really like 90s the year 2000.
They can just
like,
navigate entirely through audio.
I'm
we
surprised
make a
that,
website and it's just black, but when you like move the mouse, it'll be like home, shop.
No, we make like
News.
a series of like audio tutorials where we're like, all right, so you wanted to make an account. So what you're going to open the page up. All right, now move your mouse down 5 centimeters. All right, now move it to the left. No, a little bit more. All right, now right click. Okay. And that's how we'll do it. But yeah,
Wanna move your mouse to
Subnautica.
the
No,
left.
not Subnautica. Fuck,
Subnautica.
Barotrauma.
Subtrauma
Barotrauma, which is the word for pressure damage.
Apt name.
Yeah, it's a game about being on a submarine in Europa in
Yeah.
the future. And
Bad
boy, it is a
things.
rough fucking time being in a submarine. Submarines are like, what if you were in space, but it's also... No,
What
it's
if,
just...
what
What
if
if
space
you were in
wanted
space,
to kill
but stuff
you
was
more?
close by? Because at least in
Yeah.
space stuff's, it's all the way over
Far
there.
away.
It's
And
like,
things
oh, there's a
can't-
monster out here. It wants to get
things
me.
can't
Good luck.
swim
I'm
through
behind...
space.
Yeah.
They can
I
swim through
can.
water. Okay. Well, you're an exception.
Yeah. But yeah, in the water, things can just get you. And there's rocks everywhere. and you can only see
Yeah.
through sonar.
I
Oh.
don't feel like I understand how this is different to space. There are
Space is
rocks, there are
empty. There's
monsters.
nothing up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's monsters, but will they come get you? It's
Yeah.
gonna, it's
Like,
gonna take a
okay.
couple of weeks.
The horror of space is that there's nothing, and the horror of submarine is that there's definitely something.
It is very simple. I think it's that, in space, right? If there's a hole in the spaceship, everything leaves. Stuff gets out, right? Which is a problem. You need that stuff
Yeah.
in there. But on a submarine, everything's trying to get in.
Yeah, exactly.
The space is like passively, like it's empty, and your shit can leave, and that's a problem. But like in the ocean, it's like an active, it's pressure. It's trying to get in and get you.
Yeah.
It's actively hostile.
Okay, I think
You're gonna
it.
get burst.
There's a little I hesitate to call it a horror game. It's more of an atmospheric type game where you pilot a little submarine around.
Not really atmospheric then,
Uh,
because you're under the water. It's no
ver-
atmosphere.
Very good, Cam.
I'm
Fuck
sorry.
you.
Continue.
You pilot a little submarine around this this uncharted world. You've been sent down. You're some sort of prisoner. All habitable worlds have disappeared, and you're here to chart this ocean of blood on some weird
blood ocean.
world.
Yeah.
Is this that?
Normal blood ocean. But your little submarine has a couple of buttons for going up and down and turning and going forward and backward, and you've got no windows because they've said the pressure here is too big. You can't have any windows; they'd break. But you do have a little camera on the front,
Oh,
and it's shit.
Yeah.
And it's a little piece of shit camera, and you can't make out much. And you've got a map, and you've got a little proximity sensor to tell you when you're near things.
Jesus.
That sounds
And at
terrifying.
some point in the game, you'll probably run into a situation where your proximity sensor is telling you you're very near to something, and you back up, and it's still telling you you're near to something, and you turn around. No. And you try to move in a different direction, but you're still near to something. And okay, well, this is a problem. And then maybe you go, okay, well, I'm just gonna use the camera and take a photo and see what's outside. And you press the little photo, and you get your little 64 by 64 pixel black and white image up on the screen, and there's just a fucking eye. And
Nice.
I love it.
That
Oh
is
my
very good.
God.
Submarines are fucking scary.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a lot of the exit hatches in Barotrauma have a
Ooh.
little sign in them that say, "Don't let people in if you don't know who they are."
Oh,
I forget what
yeah.
exactly it is, but it's like because there's like fucking weird brain parasites down there,
Yep.
and they take control of people,
Jesus.
and it's
Yup.
and like if you're playing it online, it's got inbuilt proximity chat,
Yeah.
which is really fun. Like the first time I played it was with that. So you get like orders filtered through the captain. Like the captain has like the PA system, but you'll get like orders like someone needs to go to this part of the submarine and like fix all the holes. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna go over there. And like the brain parasites, the first thing they do is they fill up your throat,
Oh.
and so you lose the ability to speak. Like you lose your
Oh.
in-game voice chat,
Oh,
That's fun.
and so you can't ask people to help you.
That's so good.
I think you told me about you were playing once, and there was a guy on your team who had mutated
Yes,
somehow,
you can
and
do
he
that on purpose.
and so he was like very strong and whatnot, and had a bunch of benefits. But one of the things that he lost was he couldn't speak,
Yeah, so you
so
can
he
get
could
your
only like do
geneticist to
signs and like.
Well, one of the standard things is you get your husk terminal, which is so husks are the dudes that have been brain parasited. Your doctor can like do genetics things and give you upgrades by like using the different beasties down there, and one of them is you can get husk genetics, which gives you a few things like you can get immunity to pressure, so you can just swim outside the ship, and then you
Love
can get like
that.
water breathing, which is spectacular because God, it's inconvenient needing a suit all the time.
Yeah.
You can't speak, so husk terminals is basically you put a little like wall panel where they can type, and it'll display what they've typed. And that's the only way they can fucking communicate.
Love it.
Proximity chat's such a great
Proximity
feature
chat
in a
is
lot of
We
games.
so
should
fun.
we should really start using it for our
We
campaign.
tried it. It's proximity chat. The issue is the audio quality is a little fucked, and like some people find it very grating,
That's understandable.
and like that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm still. I had one experience years ago. This is a total tangent, but it's related to audio quality.
We can go
Where,
on tangents.
This podcast is nothing but tangents from what
Yeah.
I've seen so far.
Yeah. Oh, you can see it?
I can see it.
Usually
You can see
people
the
listen.
tangents.
Yeah, I have the miraculous ability to see sound.
Neat.
Yeah.
Isn't
My
that a thing
eyes
like
work
some people
on fucked
have?
up
What's it
wavelengths.
called?
Synesthesia.
Yeah, there we go.
But I used to play Arma 3, the
Oh, it's a
military
fun-
simulator. It's a good one. And there was some plugin that worked with TeamSpeak and Arma at the same
Yep.
time, and it was fucking janky.
It is. I've used this recently. I got into Arma a lot. I think you played a bit with me when I did it.
I believe I did, yeah.
Yeah.
But it has the best proximity audio I have heard in my fucking life.
It's very good.
And I'm still wondering to this day why I've never heard proximity audio this good in any random fucking AAA game. But this one little plugin made by, I don't know, probably some dude or group of friends in like a couple of days, I was able to, like, everyone standing in a circle, if someone spoke, I was able to pick out immediately the person who had spoken just by the direction of the sound.
I think it added little like animations because the characters have like talk animations and it does them.
Yeah, it's
as
been
well.
a while,
But like it's
I
fully
remember
directional audio as well.
definitely
Yeah.
being able to
I think
hear
a
the
lot of
direction.
games have directional audio.
They
I've never
do,
heard it
but
that
it's
good.
never. Yeah,
Well,
right.
because it's a first-person shooter
Yeah.
with fully direction, like with a mod that you can get for fully directional audio.
My sense is that Arma 3 is the kind of game where that person has spent more time making that mod, more effort or that group has spent more time and effort making that mod than most
Yeah.
like AAA games. Like like the contribution of like one person, like one audio person making that whole game is less than the amount they put
Oh
into
no, Arma's
Yeah.
all like that. Like playing on unmodded Arma is like, why?
Yeah, to be fair, this mod also had it included radio stuff, and to the point that it would simulate the radio waves, and if you were in like a valley or too particularly
Holy
far away,
shit.
it would lead to decreased radio signal strength.
Yeah.
Not because
God.
it goes, oh, you're in a valley, but because the signal is simulated and just doesn't reach you. It's great.
The future of gaming's good. It's
Arma-
bright.
That's not the future. That's fucking 2012.
Yeah, Arma's an old game now.
Yeah.
Fucking Arma, like
I'm just like, well, what are they gonna? Are they gonna have a game which, like in like 2030, they're gonna release Arma 4. It's gonna have ray tracing.
they released a
and
new
that, like,
newish Arma. It's not great yet because the mods haven't fixed it yet.
Yeah, Arma 3 sucked when it came out.
Yeah, oh no, for sure. And like Squad came out as well, which took a bit of the audience there.
Have they released the Australian shit yet? Because I've been
No
waiting
idea.
for that.
But yeah, Arma's great. The first time I played it, I spent the first like half hour figuring out what's going on,
Yeah.
and then I get into a helicopter with like 10 other guys, and we fly over to the drop point, and we all die.
Yeah.
Like
Great.
the helicopter lands a bit too far into the water, and like we all, like half of us drown, and the rest of us get shot.
wow.
And that's like a 10-minute flight, and we're like,
Yeah.
shit, that went badly. All right, let's do that again. Exactly the same thing 3 more times.
Oh, it's great though.
And yeah, we finally get like a beachhead, and like 3 people died out of the 10, and like we've got like 6 people on the beach. They're like, all right, we did it. We fucking took the beach at
And it's
last.
the best
and like,
feeling.
and it was the whole time we were having a great time.
Yeah, because you're sitting in the helicopter.
You're in the
and
helicopter,
you're all
you're just
like,
shit-talking.
You've got that anticipation, and you're talking shit with everyone. It's beautiful.
It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It is also what reminded me recently, like the most recent really big reminder I had that like, God, there is no group of people more homoerotic than straight guys playing video games.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's so true.
I think it's might be especially Australian
That's
as well.
probably true. Yeah.
I think Australian like guys playing games is more homoerotic than like American. At least from what I've seen from like on YouTube clips and stuff.
when I lived in Canada, I was playing on North American servers for like Squad and stuff. Similar vibes, and yeah, no, it was absolutely.
it's egregious. It's a lot.
Yeah. Actually, EVE Online was the worst.
What are they gonna do? Play the game?
I mean, EVE Online has the same shit with like you were just talking about with those long helicopter flights to get to the objective or whatever.
Well, that's the whole thing with Eve, isn't it?
EVE Online, you want to do a fleet battle, and you need to let everyone know like 24 hours in advance, and then everyone logs on, and you spend 2 hours fucking around getting everyone organized because there's 2,000 people doing this, and everyone's organized into their little fleets of 250 people. They're all in voice chat, and then you've got to travel the like fucking whatever it is, like 30 jumps through different star systems, and you're waiting on your slowest player. So it takes like 2 hours to get wherever you're going, and the entire time people are talking shit, and it's definitely very homoerotic.
Oh yeah.
My go-to is like CS:GO or like any Valve game, like TF2 CS:GO.
See, there's a difference with competitive games.
Yeah,
competitive games, they're talking at each other like negatively, or they're on the team. You know, they've got shit to complain about, but like with this, it's just you're on a helicopter with like it's like what if you were on a bus trip with 10 people facing in, and you did not have a phone.
Right.
You just had 10 dudes, but they couldn't reach you because they're on the internet.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want.
What I enjoy is I've heard similar things about the actual military.
Oh yeah,
being incredibly homoerotic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which like
sports.
A lot of straight dude things are really gay.
Yep. It's consistent. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think it. I'm trying to psychologize this now.
Oh, it's been done.
Yeah, okay. I'll read the articles.
People will spend a lot of time thinking about this.
For fun and profit.
I've been reminded we have Eve books in the library.
What, Eve Offline?
Eve Offline. I want to go grab one because it's got a really funny back.
All right, yeah, go.
You're all right.
John's standing up. He's walking over. He's coming this way. It's not about the books at all. He's going to beat me to death. No, he is getting a book.
Knows
That's
exactly where it was.
Grab. The blurb is covered.
All right. It is covered. Why is it covered?
Okay.
So Eve Offline. Let's go.
Yes, you do need your headphones.
This is Eve Templar 1 by Tony Gonzalez, and it appears the back of this book has been damaged.
Yep.
So from what I can tell, the 2014 committee has repaired it.
Right.
And usually, at the back of the book it has some like a blurb, like some quotes.
Oh, is there like a hand-done blurb there?
Yes, they are all quotes from the 2014 committee and other people. And I'd like to read them out for you tonight.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear
That
it.
actually sounds
Number
great.
1, Wally.
Okay.
A member of the 2014 committee.
It's not the best book I've read, but neither is it anywhere close to the worst. Some dude on the internet.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, all right.
A lot cheaper than wasting $300,000 on the game. Guy who is still bitter about Eve.
Okay. I just need to... When people say that someone lost $300,000 in Eve or whatever, they didn't actually lose $300,000. It's a conversion between...
Sometimes they did.
Sometimes
they did,
but
sometimes they didn't.
Yeah.
They've lost $300,000 maybe in like actual like time and effort.
Yeah.
I
That money,
honestly,
once it's in Eve, cannot be converted back into money.
No, it can't.
It's stuck in the game.
And typically when these sorts of things are built, they're not bought with real money. You can sell you can like buy a subscription and sell it to someone else.
How exactly does the
The startup capital might have been
monetization
real
of
money.
Eve work?
Yeah. Sorry, what was
How
that?
exactly does the monetization of Eve work?
You can't monetize Eve. You cannot make money from Eve.
No, but like how do people spend money on Eve?
So people buy subscriptions. You can buy a subscription from, like just for your account.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also buy a subscription that you then sell to other people in the game for Eve money, for ISK.
So if you play enough Eve, you can like fund. You don't have to pay the subscription anymore. You've earned the money in game.
Oh,
Yeah. And there's also some shit with skill points now. But that's a bit past my time.
Okay. Let's continue with the quotes. What do I look like? Some kind of nerd? Cat, UniSFA President 2014.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I'll just believe you. I was maybe just started high school.
Yeah, you were 12.
Baby.
Baby.
Oh, yeah. I didn't answer the question earlier. You asked how long
Yeah.
I've been a UniSFA, and it's since about 2014.
Well, here we go. You were here when someone destroyed this book. Was it you?
No, it was not.
You'll never prove it. I'll try.
You gonna try?
Okay.
I gave Jade like a 10-second long just stare in that silence.
It's true.
You should buy my other books too, even though I'm most probably getting screwed by my contract. Tony Gonzalez.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's my favorite quote from this.
I kind of love how that mirrors the capitalist hellscape of actual Eve law.
Tony, I know we really fucked you over the contract, but it fits the aesthetic. It fits the aesthetic. It's just like the books.
This is just like being a cyberpunk developer.
I'm going to regret letting you do this, aren't I? George, UniSFA librarian, 2014, and many other people when talking to Nick. I don't get this.
I do.
Was it Nick Kutzer?
No, that'd be Nike.
Oh shit! Right, yeah. I forgot that Nike was not always.
Yeah, no, neither of the names there are accurate anymore.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time has passed. It happens. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I still can't believe you bought a book based off a fucking video game. You nerd. Tony Gonzalez. I believe there's another book in the library which has like the back.
Yeah.
That's been repaired like this. I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's very
very
funny.
fun.
Thank you, 2014 UniSFA committee.
That is a very good
You
book.
will be missed.
You will be missed. I can't believe they
They
died.
died.
That's why they changed their name to RIP now.
They changed the name to 2022 committee. Spirits
It's me. I'm the
passed on and possessed the current committee.
It's me. I'm Tony Gonzalez from the 2014 UniSFA committee.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez was on the committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else
Very
would he
kind
be?
of him to donate his time.
Yeah.
And his organs.
The 2014 UniSFA committee also included guy who's still bitter about Eve.
Oh, it did.
Some dude on the internet.
It
and,
definitely did.
There are so many guys that are still bitter about Eve.
And guys on the internet.
There's
and
like
Wally.
an entire
Yeah,
website
Wally was there.
about that.
When did Wally even come out? Was it 2014? Was it
A
earlier?
long time ago.
Wally
In a
is
galaxy
gay.
far,
Old.
far away.
That's not
Wally
even
is
close to the
very
Star Wars
clearly
theme, you son
set
of a
in
bitch.
in our galaxy.
It was close. When was Wally?
Wally
Oh, it
was
just happened.
2008. Jesus
That lines
Christ,
up.
Oh my
that's
fucking
so long ago.
god!
Wally's older than you, John. How does that feel?
Lies, slander, even
Yeah.
How old are you, John?
20.
Baby.
Baby. Yeah, but
That
Cam and I
song
make a
is-
good duo because we've got like the old and the new. You know,
I'm so old.
I'm
Oh.
so new. I'm not even new
old.
anymore.
You're
Apparently,
just a guy now.
Not
dude.
that new.
I was.
at 20.
Yeah,
I'm pretty ancient, though.
I'm like this is like
Yeah.
my third year here. Technically, it's my second year as a UniSFA person.
I remember feeling old when I got called Midgard.
Right?
I'm not Midgard anymore.
Nope.
Oh.
Not even close.
What is the categories again?
Midgard is like...
So fresher is first
Fresh
year.
is first year, yeah.
Midgard-
Midgard is after that.
Yeah.
No.
is that
Midgard.
Midgard is like third year.
Depends.
I thought Midgard
Midgard-
was once you've graduated.
And no, Midgard's once you've been there long enough that you could have graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
No,
right.
no, that's better.
Midgard
so
is for when you're bitter about it.
Yes.
there's like official definitions. There's old guard and then there's like crypt guard.
Oh, Cryptguard's when you've left.
Yeah.
No, old guard is when you've. I thought crypt guard was like when people who were like born the year you left, like or the year you
it's
joined.
like
Yeah.
Crypt
yeah.
guard is like you could have had a kid join
There
UniSFA by
are,
now.
I believe, third generation Unisfans now.
Yeah, that's fucked. I love it.
It's great, but it's
that
terrifying.
is so cool. But yeah, terrifying.
What do you mean by third generation? Like,
As in
As in
a
their
Unisfan
grandparents and
had
their
a
parents.
kid,
yeah,
and then that kid grew up and went to UNISFA,
and had a
then
kid
had a kid.
who goes to who's been to Unisfa.
Yeah,
wow,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
club's old.
that's really cool though.
Yeah.
If you're a something generation Unisfan, Come
Stop it.
say hi.
Stop it. Get
Don't
some
message
help.
anyone. Stop.
You can break the cycle. Only you can prevent forest fires. No one else. It's on you.
It's on you.
If there's ever been a forest fire, it's your fault.
Personal responsibility.
Stop
Yeah.
listening. Leave your house and just stop listening to this.
I
Or
know
your car.
Smokey the
and
bear
there's
is there and like knows about forest fires, but
Smokey
it's still on
the
you.
bear is there, and the tree as well.
Where are you going with this? Where do you want to take
There's
this?
fires to fight, and
I'm willing to let him keep
smoke
going.
to
Yeah, right.
smell.
Committing.
Open wide. Hose some fires.
Uh-huh.
It's firefighting. It's firefighting.
Well done.
Yeah, we did
Well
it.
done. I probably peaked the mic there.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine. I'll fix it in post.
I'll peek at the mic.
I do enjoy listening back to the first episode of this podcast where I went kind of high-end with like the vocal, like the audio changes, and the audio is very crunchy in the first episode because I've applied like 20 different filters because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we do just sort of put it out there.
Yeah.
Now I know what. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I just apply like 3 things, and then I'm like, I think this makes it better.
I believe in you.
Jade, have you played Disco Elysium?
I have. I haven't finished it, but I've played
No,
it.
I have. I've been playing it recently. I'm only
very
6
good.
hours in. I haven't even finished the first day.
Right, yes.
The game is chunky.
It is very chunky.
I have 6 hours, and I've yet to leave like 2 areas.
Yep.
And
You
I've
can
talked
really,
to like
there's so
4
much
people.
depth to it.
Oh, yeah, you can talk to people so much.
Yes.
That one fucking big, like, race purist dude talks forever.
I haven't
Yeah.
got up to him. He's like the first. I
you'll
see
meet
him. I see him, but I haven't talked to him yet. I've talked to like 6 people. I don't know.
He's right though. The French are a weird ham sandwich race.
It's true.
What? No, you need to clarify this, Cam.
Oh, you'll
No, that's
see.
it.
You'll understand.
I love that
Oh
because
my
the French
God.
aren't even the best at ham sandwiches.
No game.
No.
I
They're not even close.
I am
No.
thoroughly enjoying Disco Elysium. No game has
Cubans.
made way
Right?
Cubans are the
Cubans
best at
have some
ham
ham sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
What?
It's a
Oh.
Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very good.
What's in it again?
Ham.
Yeah. What else?
I think there's pickles in there.
There's pickles. There's some sort of
relish, isn't
mustard,
there?
a relish.
Oh, that's good. That sounds good.
It's good.
I'm a big
It's a
fan of
good
the
sandwich.
Reuben sandwich, which is corned beef,
From Ruba.
like this kind of Russian sauce, which like has like mayo and horseradish and
Yeah, no, the
sounds
Reuben
very
is good.
and
I've had that as well.
and sauerkraut and Swiss cheese.
That sounds very good.
Yeah, sandwiches fucking rule.
Oh.
That's the best thing about the girl with the dragon tattoo. They just have very good descriptions for sandwiches in that book.
Ooh.
I just remember that book series made me very hungry for like sandwiches and
That's
like
not-
frozen pizza.
There's some other
that's-
shit going on.
that's
Let's not
not
talk
the,
about that.
That's not the description I not like the reaction that I hear from most people.
I'm gonna be
upon
honest. When I
reading
think of girl with a dragon tattoo, I think of sandwiches.
That's probably for the best.
probably, yeah.
Go with the Dragon Tattoo is one of those things that, like, sometimes I will go into media, not having done my research, and I'll be like, oh, that's not what I thought.
Yeah.
And I was, like, expecting it to be, like, somewhat fantasy-like,
No.
on account of the word dragons in the title.
Sure is not.
No,
It was, no, I liked it. It was good. It was good.
It's a good
very-
series.
very
I didn't
interesting.
finish it, but I got
yeah.
I got halfway through the 3rd book.
The worst case of that was the Joker. I had to stop watching the Joker 20 minutes in, because I was like, guys, this clown movie is not very funny.
I feel like
I honestly, I was expecting it to have jokes.
Oh no.
It's
it sure
about
doesn't.
it's about the fucking Joker. Like, I was expecting it to be fun
I think you're
in
I,
some
I
way.
think you misunderstand the character of the Joker.
No, but like,
We
you
live
know,
in a society,
I was
Cam.
expecting-
Cam,
Yeah.
I think you should be the Joker.
especially because I'd heard it was good, right? All I'd heard was that, like, oh yeah, no, it's surprisingly
not.
good.
It's
Oh, yeah, but that's
not.
what I'd heard at the time, right?
Yeah.
I just don't.
And I
follow the
watch it and I'm like,
memes.
oh, this is brutally grim and, like, there's no fun happening here.
Yeah.
And I was like 20 minutes in, I was like, I'm just not watching this. I'm not having any fun.
I feel like this is probably what it'll
I know
be
it's not like
for
a
people
movie-
watching Breaking Bad these days. Because like, there's so many memes and shit about
You
Breaking
got a
Bad.
Good point. Yeah.
I remember walking two UniSFAs, Michael and Patrick, were watching Breaking Bad in here on Wednesdays sometimes, and I remember walking into an episode, and
grim,
it was in
yeah.
like season 2, and I'm like, this isn't a dark comedy, guys. And I was told like, yeah, like it's not really like that after season 1. It's just grim. It's just really sad. I watched the first episode of Breaking Bad, and it's kind of just emotionally painful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, the entire thing is like that.
Better Call Saul has like a goofy tone at the start.
Is it good?
It's very good. Yeah,
Okay.
I watched.
I should watch
Okay.
it.
So I've never properly watched Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Okay.
But Merlin and Jack have, while I've been like half asleep after work.
Right.
And so I've caught most of it.
Okay, yeah. I
Better
watched
Call
all of
Saul
Breaking
is like,
Bad. It was
boy,
good.
gets grim.
Yeah. Sure does.
Because it's about like the goofy lawyer who's very corrupt, and it's like, and it starts off very silly and lighthearted, and it's
Yeah. I've heard
brutal.
some things.
The recommendation you gave of Better Call Saul, of like, it reminded you that like
Better
media
Call
can
Saul
be
and Breaking
good
Bad as
and
well.
like have payoffs.
Yeah,
that was
because-
like the best. I don't know. That was a very good sell to me.
It shouldn't be.
It
in
shouldn't
that,
be.
like-
I know. I understand.
Okay,
It was, your point was like,
it is a selling point for the show, right? It's that it's good, it's well done, and it's it's made
Yeah.
well on purpose. But it shouldn't be a big deal that things are made well and on purpose. It is though.
That
do
should be
better, everyone who
on
makes
purpose.
media.
Should be like baseline for media.
Yeah, it's like what I mean, like good on purpose.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, things that are good should often be good on purpose, but a lot of the time they're not.
Okay, I don't even really mean good on purpose here.
Yeah, like it's about
a
the
lot of
earnesty
media
it.
is not done on purpose.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not done by someone who goes, "I want to do this." It's done by someone who
Yeah.
has to do it,
right? Exactly.
and it's rough.
That's not going to lead to good. It's not going to lead to good art.
No. But yeah, Breaking Bad and Better
Yeah.
Call Saul, I'm watching them and I'm like, there'll be a setup and they'll actually take the time to make that payoff worth it. And I'm like, oh, that's good. I wasn't expecting that. And
Love
part of
that.
it, it's like, I don't know how much of the whole like shock there was like value of it, because it's like, if other shows were any good, this wouldn't have hit as hard.
Yeah,
But it's that
Yeah,
I was surprised
I mean,
when things were
that's
good.
that's like a big. It's a big part of writing, and okay, it's harder to pull off with TV because with TV you're writing like
Season to season, you don't know you're going to get
you
another
may
season.
even may only have 10 days or so to get a script done. So those sort of setup and payoffs are really tough. But my absolute favorite thing with writing is when you're just doing a little thing and you're having fun and you put a little detail in because you're like, oh, this is neat.
And it works out.
And then later on, like 2 months later, you're writing something else and you get stuck and you go, oh my god. Oh, that little detail that I snuck in there with no foresight works perfectly for this, and I look like a fucking genius.
Isn't that the basis of like good GMing, or at least
Oh,
part
yeah.
of it?
Yes, GMing is writing.
This can also just as easily fuck you up in both cases.
Yeah.
I was always given the
Sometimes you
advice
put
of like
something
just
in and it just ruins your day.
just
2 years
throw in
later.
some like random like little seeds to get your players thinking, and then you can just like bring them back at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave one of my players like a rock with a symbol on it, and I'm like, this will come back at some point. He was so invested in that rock with the symbol.
I couldn't do that because I would never think of something and I would just feel guilty about it.
Yeah, there's a level of like, I want that payoff to be good enough, and if you can't think of something, you can't do
Yeah,
anything, and the longer you wait, the better it has to be.
I will never intentionally set something up unless I have a payoff for it. But the best thing is when you unintentionally set something up and you get to cash in on the payoff. Like you
I
meant
did
it
nothing
the
for
entire
this.
time.
Yeah.
That's writing, baby.
That's writing. Talking about writing, I want to say about Disco Elysium again. You said on an earlier podcast, Cam.
No, I didn't.
You said that Disco. You said about like you were talking about how TTRPGs like that no video game can match them, right? Like
Yeah.
Disco Elysium is
Video
the
game
closest.
RPGs are not. They don't work.
They don't.
Disco
No,
Elysium
they're
is like the
fundamentally
closest to like a
divorced from the-
TTRPG, right? They like it was the closest.
Well, it's using tabletop RPG mechanics, and it's like it's got a lot more depth than most other things.
Yeah.
I think part of that as well is that it's like fine if you fuck it up.
Yeah.
I just think when I was playing it, I was like, this isn't a tabletop RPG. It's not trying to be a tabletop RPG.
I was going
It's-
to say exactly that.
it's
Disco
something
Elysium does
else.
not try to be a tabletop RPG, but it is being something that a tabletop RPG cannot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is in a lot of ways better than a tabletop RPG, and a lot of ways worse.
It's different.
It's different.
It's different.
It's,
exactly.
Yeah. I'm doing a roundabout way of saying it's different.
It does some things better than a tabletop RPG could, and it does some things. There are some things that a tabletop RPG does that are better than Disco Elysium.
Yes, exactly.
Does.
You, by definition, you sacrifice full freedom to put it in a video game.
Right.
Yeah.
But Disco Elysium handles that very well.
Yes.
It's also quite funny sometimes.
You can't
It's
do
quite
that. It's
funny
true.
a
You
lot of the
cannot be
time.
funny in a tabletop RPG.
So this wasn't.
It
This
simply
wasn't relevant
has
to
never
that.
been done.
This wasn't.
Cam, you played in my Pathfinder campaign.
I know.
We-
I'm always funny. Was the
That's
joke.
why we have
It was
you.
a
That's
very
why I
fun
keep
campaign.
inviting you on
That was a
every
great
week.
campaign. That was a very good campaign.
It was great. Need to run something again.
God, we sure do keep fucking because I'm
We sure do
I hang
keep
with Jack
fucking.
a lot. Jack and I keep
Humanity.
doing terrible things in similar ways to what we did in that game.
Oh, I love it.
More than once, we've caught ourselves like building a society and being like, "Why have we done it like this again?"
In what?
What happened in this campaign? Please do share.
So it's a pre-gen Pathfinder campaign.
Yeah.
It's called Kingmaker.
Kingmaker.
Oh yeah, there was someone on Unigames Discord. I'm always like, do I say this person's name or not? Anyway, that campaign was free on Roll20 for like half an hour.
Yes.
No,
it was.
for like 24 hours, but it's over now.
I think it was a preview. It might have just been the first book, but even then, that's still pretty good.
I think I looked at that and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah,
I really like kingdom building.
It's very fun, and I really like the system that it had for the kingdom building and management. I thought that was really fucking cool.
Maybe I'll think about running it.
It is a fantastic way to get your players engaged, to have them like actually responsible for people and the NPCs that you've built, and like a little burgeoning town into city into kingdom. That's fucking cool, and people like that, and they get invested. And it leads to good characters and good role playing.
We did create a bit of a nightmare society, though.
You created
in a way
a
that
nightmare
was like
society because it was fucking perfect.
It was like the core tenets of the society were so inherently fucked up. So basically, like,
oh yeah, they totally were.
So like session 1, the first thing we do, because I've built a little fucking frog man, like
You
2 foot tall
definitely
frog
violated
gunner.
the utopian pillars.
Yeah, the utopian pillars were just put in the bin day 1.
Yeah.
The what?
The utopian pillars that the Union likes to have.
That's a shit. Read the law.
That's all right. John's not from anywhere nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my Lancer character's from Calliope.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
Yeah,
from the rich parts,
oh,
which is to say not much of it.
yeah.
Very, very sheltered.
My Lancer character's like whole thing is rich spoiled kid whose parents fucked off and he doesn't know why. He's sure they'll come back at some point. He has no evidence for this.
Right.
And then he somehow got into a Lancer and they found out he was some kind of protege,
put
and
him in a
everyone's like, you
Yeah,
should
as a
go.
joke.
You're good at this, kid. We like when you do this. You should go join the militia. And he's like, okay, well, if everyone likes me and is saying, I'll do it. Why not? I'll give it my best shot. And now he's piloting a giant mech and killing people, and completely unaware that this. He is somewhat aware in his unconscious that he is like killing people,
Okay, so
and
you
is
don't-
piloting a
I do
giant
say
mech.
something about Lancer is that you always choose if you're being lethal about it.
That's true, yes. Which
But you
I
could
like.
choose to be.
Yeah. You picked Brutal, didn't you?
I did pick Brutal. My character has the Brutal talent, which
I sort of feel like if you pick the Brutal talent and you get a crit, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, you get to justify it pretty good.
Yeah.
my character doesn't like to call them kills. He calls them knockdowns.
Alright.
He goes home. He goes home and is like, "Oh my god, all the people are starving. We're really low on resources. Why don't we just get some more?"
Oh.
And like, you don't have a bank account.
He's like, "Why don't we just go to the store, guys?"
I am looking.
And
forward
he's
to
like,
second one.
I
You
have a
see, like,
feeling
he's
gonna get
pleading-
decked.
he's pleading innocent eyes. He genuinely does not understand why not. He's not like doing it out of malice. He just doesn't understand.
This will not last long.
He just doesn't.
I'm looking forward to seeing this boy break.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I still haven't decided what my NHP is going to be, because my character's got a
Yeah.
That's
like
a
a
non-human person, for those of you
custom
at home on the
non-human
bus.
person, and I've got a special one who is like helps me, hangs out my mech, helps me around, and I'm
like an
trying to
AI.
decide if we were brainstorming what it would be.
There's a few options there.
The ideas were drill sergeant.
Drill sergeant, I'd have a lot of fun with.
Yes.
I
you
was
would.
also thinking like childhood best friend who keeps being like, yes, keep being a like, ignorant like little kid.
Oh, I do like that.
So
That
like
is
on
also
one hand, the
terrifying,
entire world, the entire setting is like you really need to like understand the consequences of your actions, and also like the sheer direness of the situation you're with. And then his NHP is like,
No, don't.
come on, we should just keep having fun and doing pranks and living a carefree life. And he's being pulled in multiple directions.
Yeah, that I do enjoy that.
On the other side, Cam, can you give us your best drill sergeant voice?
No.
No, you cannot do that to someone.
I can't do that to a microphone.
Yeah, right. Oh,
Yeah,
good
it'd have to
point.
be really loud.
You gotta have the knife hands, but you gotta be yelling.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Also,
to
I want to say something
I'm
deeply
just gonna-
stupid.
I'm just gonna
deeply stupid.
for the first time in perhaps this podcast's history, I'm gonna try to impose some order and bring us back to Cam. You were telling us about the fucked up Pathfinder Society before we got distracted.
Oh god,
Order-
I didn't
order has
want to
been
have to do
imposed.
this. All right, you have to say what we did. So my fucking 2 foot tall like, grizzled frog veteran.
Oh, I love him.
I really built the shit out of that frog.
How does the frog
Really did.
veteran talk?
He's,
With his fucking mouth.
he's got a bit of a croaky voice.
Do you have? I don't know. The voice. Cam, do you want to give us the frog voice? Sorry, I just have to push that frog away from the mic.
No, but well, that's the thing. I didn't do too much of the talking.
I just
But
love
when I did,
RPG
it was not
character
good
voices.
for the people I was talking to.
Yeah.
So I was the enforcer of the party, because I was horrifically camouflaged.
Because you had 4 legs, the enforcer.
Yeah, nice. Well, I had hands, but yeah, I could climb basically any surface. I had like horrible frog camouflage, and I had a gun.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because one of the Pathfinder classes is
Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
Oh,
so
fuck
I had a
yes.
rifle.
Oh, that's really cool. You can climb up big things and then shoot people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's terrifying.
This is actually something
So in the
I'm planning
very
on building
first
for
fight,
Lancer.
Jack's character like disguises himself as like the nice old lady from the first village,
Yes.
and like
Oh, it's me,
has
the
like
nice
a
old
little
lady.
bag of coins
Oh, I've got
to
bag
give to
of
the bandits
coins.
that are causing problems.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Except
give it to
that's
the
an
bandits.
illusory disguise,
Oh,
and the
it's an
coin
illusory
bag is a
disguise.
knife.
Oh, it's actually a knife.
I'd just like to point out that right before we started recording, John told me not to talk over other people.
We said to try. We said we would do it.
Yeah, that's a good
He
point.
said no such thing. I mean, I said no such thing.
But yeah, so the bandits are like extorting the nice old couple that lives in the town.
Take all that money.
And then the old lady stabs them with a
I'm
bag
gonna
of
stab
coins.
you with a bag of coins.
And there's like a bang, and I rolled a crit on my first attack of the whole campaign, and just like
It was
which
beautiful.
on a rifle it's like 4 times damage.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my
nuts.
fucking god.
Guns are dumb.
And just like one hit a bandit.
Yeah.
And so we
There were
killed like
pieces
2
of
of them and get
bone,
the other
like-
2 to surrender because
Yeah.
I'll
fuck this.
surrender, I'll
Actually, they never found out that wasn't actually the old lady.
You're right. They
And
didn't.
that's part of what we built into our whole like society was that everyone thought that the old couple was terrifying.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And they had no idea why.
Oh, it was beautiful.
But we took the other 2 prisoner and we were like,
I'm
you're going to
prisoner now.
stop doing bandit things and tell us like
You're
what's
going
going
to
on.
stop doing
You know,
bad things.
John, please.
Sorry, I'm really enjoying voice acting this.
I know, but Christ.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize
I
this was that
can't. No,
distracting.
it's very hard to speak when
Oh,
that's
I'm
happening.
sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, no. So we get them like in a room and we're like, tell us, who you're working for. And they didn't listen immediately. So I'm like, all right. I send someone in the party out to go get me like a fragment of skull.
Yeah, because the bits went everywhere.
Yeah, the bits went everywhere because I fucking domed a guy. And so someone brings me a piece of skull, and like this is behind the bandit we've got tied to a chair, and I like climb over him to like in front of him over his back, and I show him the piece of skull, and I go, what was it? Fucking. Oh yeah, we were asking like, will your boss actually like bother coming to find you?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, they're like, they're like, my boss will come like rescue us, and I'm like, is your boss going to bother finding every single little piece like this?
Oh, that's right.
shit.
It was so good.
I think that was Haps.
That was probably Haps.
Haps became our best friend very shortly after this.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Yeah.
we instigated, like, all right, if you're a bandit, you're not allowed here unless you, like basically you go on probation,
You
where you
you've
get
got
your
two
forehead
choices.
branded with bandit probation.
Yeah, you can fuck off.
You can either leave or you get bandit probation, and if you
Yeah.
can prove yourself to be, like, a worthy member of society, then, like,
If-
that's
if-
pretty cool.
if you work hard and pay off your debt.
Yeah, because
you
you
can
did,
be
like,
a-
actively steal from, like, the people that live here.
Yeah, right. You can be a person that lives here.
Yeah.
Instead of a shitty bandit.
Yeah.
But yes, this does mean
Haps
the
became the
society
mayor.
was founded on slavery.
Yeah, it was not good.
Or
Aw.
you guys frequently corrected me and told me that it was indentured servitude.
Yeah, it wasn't. Again, we weren't happy about it, but like,
Ethical
Cam, you were the
questionable.
ones that made the society.
yeah, but like, okay. So the ethical question, like, the thing is that you are in like a fantasy society where like violence is the first like you're playing Pathfinder, which is like at its core very D&D in terms of its morality.
Yeah.
You can't really not like your society is already broken.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses here,
start.
Cam.
And we were trying to make it as little fucked up as it could be,
Fair
but we
enough.
did not make it not fucked up.
You did a good job.
We did our best to instigate like universal basic income and healthcare and like
Yeah. Free education.
free education.
That's right. You could
Yeah,
could
I was
join,
like-
everyone has
We
the
want- yeah.
opportunity to go through university or join the clergy if they want.
Yeah, we were like, everyone should have a couple of fucking levels in something by the time they finish high school.
Nice.
Yeah, right. And like having like 20% of your population be a like third
Oh, I've
level
got-
cleric is
yeah.
just real good.
What subjects can you go to in King? In what was the name of this society?
Stagfall.
Stagfall. I'm going to Stagfall High. What subjects can I sign up for?
Well, you got like the usual, like it's a lot of trades.
Yeah, you got.
But there's also,
your
you know,
trade,
if you
but
got
there's also
aptitude for
wizard
wizardry.
shit.
Yeah, you
Can I
take
do
a
like
level of
art
wizard.
class?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, why not?
Probably not when we were like.
No,
at the time
we had to
were
be very
playing.
practical at the start.
Saying-
But like it would have been offered later.
Sweet.
We did set up the lobster economy.
Oh,
The
yeah,
lob economy.
yeah.
The
there
lobster
was-
economy was
Is that-
initially a
Is
well,
that
so it was a
is that where the
landlocked
word
it was a
lobbying comes from?
landlocked and cold country, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we were like, so what if we import a couple of lobsters, right? Because there's no supply, so any demand is like infinite profit.
Yeah.
And so we shipped in a breeding pair of lobsters for a shitload of gold as a joke. And then just made that a core part of how
Yeah.
our society worked. We had like a fucking heated lobster farm.
And
I feel like
everyone's
this is
just
probably-
sort of like, well, everything else works pretty much fine.
The whole lobster thing is fine. It's a weird indulgence,
like
but
this
they're
is
paying for
probably
it out of their
how,
own
like,
pocket.
Yeah,
This
right.
This probably happened to real societies, right? That like kings probably did like a joke, and then it slowly spiraled out of control, and now like Spanish
And now
people
it's
eat
a
churros.
tradition.
Yeah. Well, we paid for it out of our own pocket. We were very careful not to embezzle. We had the option. You can embezzle very easily when you're setting up a society.
Yeah.
I'll
you
keep that in
can.
mind next time I set up a society.
But we were like, you know, we'd meet our neighbors, and sometimes they'd be like somewhat monstrous, and we'd be like, hello,
Yeah.
we are fine to let you keep your whole situation here. Don't eat people. And
the ship with the
with the witch,
the witch was great. That
Witch?
was she.
there was a witch that had like a whole set of like horrible nightmare scarecrows, and we were like, hi, we don't want to bother you. If people trespass, you're allowed to eat them. That's fair. We will warn them.
Yeah. You were here
But-
first.
Yeah, but like, you know,
We're
obviously,
gonna do shit around
if you're gonna
here.
like if you're gonna endanger our little society, we will have to fucking step in, and that will be awful for all of us. Anyway, can we have some of those nightmare scarecrows?
That's right. She didn't let you have them, did she?
I think she let us have a couple because we took all the claws off them.
Oh, that's
so
right.
we
That's
made
right.
them non-lethal. We made them just grapple scarecrows.
Yeah, no, I remember.
They did
this.
have some kind of fear scream.
Yes, they
That
did.
caused like fear. And so,
So
the
they
idea
just
was
grab you and scream into your face?
yeah, they just tackle you
That's
and grab you and hold
Almost
you and scream.
scarier than the claw scarecrows.
Yes,
Those were
and we had
cops.
those as like it's like it's not like it's like a sentry bot.
Yeah, right.
It's like if you start doing like a murder, the scarecrows will jump you. And it's like that's not the worst. law enforcement option available, and
Yeah.
God knows it's like, we could have set up cops.
Yeah, which you didn't.
We didn't. We didn't have to
There
have
were
cops.
no
We had the
cops.
nightmare scarecrows. And everyone agreed, yeah, it's fucked up, but it is a little bit better, actually.
Yeah.
And, we did it, we set things up so it was like, most crimes aren't really necessary, right?
Yeah, right? Because people are being fed.
Because our economy
People
was
have
flourishing,
housing.
because we were like, well, we can just, it's like, Goodberry is like a really easy spell to get hold of, and it feeds you for a day, and you can
Right.
cast it multiple times.
Oh, they
We were
finally
like-
found a way to mass produce good berries.
We did, it was by educating people.
Yeah.
We were like, there's no reason that, a good third of adults should not have a level in Goodberry. It just shouldn't have that ability.
Yeah, right?
This is like
the
Somehow-
D&D society model is inherently
somehow
broken.
Right, yeah.
Pathfinder-
What we discovered is that D&D societies are all run by fucking idiots. Sorry, they're run by Gary Gygax in the 70s who didn't really think things through.
Well, I mean, yeah, the
And his
mechanics
buddies.
do not line up with the setting.
Yeah.
somehow,
any setting.
somehow the Pathfinder society managed to find. You've managed to discover that maybe teaching people how to feed themselves by high school is a good idea.
Well, even if you don't, it's like having the society able to support people who don't.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
just something
fair
we
enough.
did.
Your lobster bit reminds me of something I did in my friend's campaign, D&D campaign that we're playing, which is he's got a lot of our time is spent in this very cold, kind of Scandinavian-esque
Yeah.
country, trudging around in the snow and whatnot. And I think the concept of players doing world building things is cool,
Yeah.
right? Saying yeah, I know this tavern's here that I go to sometimes, and they serve this kind of food and whatnot. And I've decided that I like this too, and I've decided to implement this campaign by insisting that this cold, country that's constant blizzards and snowfalls, and everyone who lives there scavenges and raids for the other countries for food, has coconut trees.
Yeah.
They have coconut trees. I insist on this every session. He has yet to incorporate it into his version of the canon
See-
as the DM.
But you've mentioned them every
I
session.
mention them a lot. I search. He's like, okay, food, and I'm like, yeah, I search for coconut trees.
Yeah.
They're having a banquet, and I'm like, I bet they're cracking open some coconuts right now. I'm gonna get there.
See, this is why I don't let my players do little world building bits.
You don't-
They can ask me.
You don't let them bully you into adding things into the world building.
No, I'm the GM. I'm the bully.
That is why people GM. It's to finally turn the tables on those kids in primary school
What do
who
you
thought
mean
they could
turn the tables?
It was to keep all those nerds. They went off and started playing D&D. They wouldn't be on the playground
They think
anymore
they
for
can
you
escape.
to bully you. You have to follow them.
Oh yeah, I'm. Yeah, there's an NPC I'm thinking of from the game I'm going to run for you to be in, and I'm excited for that
Oh,
bit.
I'm very excited.
I don't want to bring it up now. It's a bit. The thing is, it's months away.
Oh,
It's one NPC that I'm
I-
like, this is a good bit that you'll appreciate.
That's
There's
always
a lot
the
of them.
hardest thing.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, fucking Pathfinder. We did our best to not make that
You
society
found a
fucked up.
path.
You
I mean,
did
like-
your best.
It's like, one of our core, one of the members of the party, and therefore the core part of the government, was like the gun frog. And it's like, I guess I'm the official assassin, and I'm like, well, that doesn't say anything good about us, does it?
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, oh,
It's like looking at the roles available, and it's like, well, I guess Enforcer's the one that I picked there. That's what I'm doing.
You are
Jesus.
oh. There were some preconceived notions in the rules, in the way that the game seemed to expect you to set up your society.
Yeah. What we did was completely within. Well, what we did with that, all the bad things we did were completely fine, and the game was like, yeah, you can, that's expected.
Yeah.
And all of the really good things we did, it was like, oh, I don't know how that's not necessarily in there.
Yeah,
That'll be a little weird to handle.
The way that the game set up the whole society nation building thing, which I think did work pretty well.
Yeah.
Part of it felt a little bit like the whole thing with the English teacher who has a bunch of kids reading Lord of the Flies, who goes, I know what I'll do. I'll leave a conch in the room and leave the room for 15 minutes, and they'll be back to killing each other, and I'll teach the story like that. But no, it doesn't really work like that.
We spent that whole campaign feeling like we're like, oh god, how do we do the least awful things here?
Yeah, right?
We should have a conch for the podcast.
No.
I think we should have a conch. I think it should be this copy of Eve book.
Do I
No,
get to say
I've got the book.
Yeah. I'm not speaking.
I'm
Don't
going
worry.
to start reading the book.
Someone
the
else is
audience
speaking.
can't tell who has the book.
I have the book.
You say
No,
that
'cause
you've got. I've got the book.
Yeah, Jade's talking, so
I've
Jade
got
has the book.
Cam agrees that I have the book.
2 versus 1.
You
John,
can't
that could be
prove
any
that
book.
That selfie was taken right now.
That could have been the wrong
I
book,
can.
and it was.
I can.
Nice book, Jade.
Thank you. I really like this book. It's mine, and it's always been mine.
I'm talking against the rules.
I allow you.
You can't do that.
I can't.
Nah, it's against the conch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all right though.
Okay. Well, I'm uploading proof to
Only I'm allowed
the
to break the rules.
Discord at this very second.
That could be any book though.
Could have been any book.
No, they know it's this one because it's been mentioned earlier.
No, we have several copies of that, and that's not the right one.
You can't grab.
I'm going to take my own selfie.
What did you grab?
I didn't grab anything.
What-
I've always had this book.
And it's the book that we're talking
It's
about.
the book.
Yeah. That's the book.
Cam, you're not allowed to talk. You don't have a book.
Yeah, I'm just breaking the rules. I always have been. That's what I said from the start.
I'm sure this is thrilling listening right now.
You either hold the book or you get the book thrown at you.
If you're at home and you have a book, congratulations, you're allowed to talk. If you don't have a book, fuck the rules.
For all those,
We're not
But
cops.
If
For all
you
the-
do talk, we can listen.
for all those
we
at
can hear you,
home
but we're
or
not
on the
listening.
bus with a book, I do most of my reading on the bus, and like on the train.
I do most of my reading in a book.
In a book, you like cozy up in a little book.
It's
Book's
Alice in
open.
Wonderland
I'm
shit.
contained within the open book.
No, you're not.
We open the book up, right? Where's the
No.
edges of that? The whole it's open. Like if you open a container, right? You got the inside the container.
Yeah, but
You open a book, everything's inside
yeah, but
the
if
book
I'm
now.
looking into a box, I'm not in the fucking box.
No, because boxes have like the box has a clearly defined boundary. Books don't.
Yes, they.
So where's
What?
the boundary? So where's the
How-
edge of that? No, that's on the book. Where's the what's in? No, but now it's closed, so it's not in it. So it's when it's open, you've opened up the boundary. Where is the inside it?
In here.
No,
Like
that's the pages.
Yeah, the pages are inside. Because
Yeah, but
when
the-
you
but
close
what
it like
about-
that,
but
when
what's
you close
between-
the book is closed and you cannot see the pages because it's a closed book. But when you open the book, you can now see the pages, and thus the pages are the inside.
I'm sorry, John.
Cam, every moment I get closer to throwing this book at you.
Well, then I'll be allowed to talk, and you won't, and you apparently mind the rules. So that's probably not a great move, is it?
I appreciate you not saying anything while you're not holding the book anymore, Jade.
Jade's been saying things the whole time, really quietly.
I've edited them all out to make this bit.
No, I was just finding the right channel to post the proof.
I
of
think
my
it would be
book in
very
the-
funny if I
in the
edited out
Discord.
everything you all said during this segment. It'll be like Doug.
Yeah, Doug too.
Oh fuck, Doug's got the book. No,
Doug would never.
Doug?
Doug's the other host.
Doug's the foot.
Ah.
He's
We had edit him out every week.
yeah. Doug's
We should
Yeah,
have
right.
introduced
Doug's
you,
the
but we didn't because we're
Doug's the fourth
stupid.
guy in the room that
Right.
I have to edit out everything he says.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
How long have we been going on this podcast?
Like,
Oh, it's been
an
like
hour and a half?
yeah.
Nah, close.
No? Close?
Close.
Did
1 hour
we-
and
did
22
we get-
minutes.
Did I get both of your favorite swords back when I asked that?
No. No, you didn't.
All right, well, come on. I want to hear that before we finish.
No, I gave...
Oh, you gave
I,
it. You gave no, you did.
I gave
you gave
Guts'
one.
sword from Berserk. That's a
Yeah,
fucking
no, that's a very
classic.
good sword.
I'm trying to think of swords that I haven't mentioned yet. The other series I've read is Lightbringer. He could probably make a sword out of like pure yellow, whatever the magic's called in that.
Yeah, yellow sword would probably be the best one to make a
What's
sword
Lightbringer?
out of.
Lightbringer is a fantasy. It's a 5-part like epic fantasy.
It's,
The magic
it's pretty
system
good.
about colors, and each color has like a different. You can like make physical.
But like it has different properties based on the color.
Yeah, I can't remember what
neat.
it's called. It's not like a physical version of the color. It's
No,
like
it's
something
like
else, and that thing has
Yeah,
different
it's
colors.
called Luxite or
Yeah,
Luxor.
Lux something.
Okay.
It's got different colors. It's a book series which I read and I was like, this is all right.
I haven't
And
read the
now
last
that
one.
you've read
Brett
only the
Weeks.
last one.
No, I haven't read the last one.
Oh, the last one I felt well, it was a bit of a slog in some ways. It was like, please, just I want to know how this ends. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe that book series was good actually, and I just have very high standards.
It did reinvent Magic: The Gathering, which I think was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
there's it added extra colors though, because there's red, blue, orange. It's red, blue, orange, yellow, green.
Yeah, and purple.
I've read
No, there's no
different
purple.
books
There's
from
purple.
No, there
Brett
isn't.
And then
Weeks,
there's
I think.
because there's violet, and then there's
yeah.
super violet,
Yes, there's violet and ultraviolet,
and then there's also sub red. I forget what
and
they're called.
sub red.
Wait.
Yeah,
So it's
Yeah,
supposed to be
there's-
like spectrums of light.
yeah. So it actually keeps going in the directions.
Oh.
So you
and
have
then
the
you've
visible
got-
light, and then you have, and people have like
So you've got your infrared and you've got your ultraviolet.
I feel like I read a different book series with a similar thing.
maybe
Yes, I know
With a
what you
big
mean.
Tower
Tower might be in this one.
No, there was a big tower in this one.
with lots of different peaks. Of the
Yeah,
towers,
and they were
with-
color spawning to different colors.
Yeah, okay, maybe this.
No,
is
I think you might have been reading the same
this
book
might
series.
be the same book series, but I don't remember reading these.
The crow,
ones.
the crow,
yeah,
or
so-
something.
But in any case, like, there's also one that's like past ultraviolet.
Yeah,
which is like you
it's
just
kind
get
of-
cancer.
it's a little spoilery
Right.
that
You
there
get,
is.
it's like it's going to give you tumors to use this.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's spoilery. There's a couple that are further than those ones, and they're like forbidden.
Was there a whole group of people who were like below red, who couldn't use any of the color magics?
No, I know what you're thinking about. You're thinking of Garth Nix.
It is Garth Nix. It's totally Garth Nix.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That one is a different thing.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Still
It
haven't
might
told
have
you
been
my favorite
called.
sword.
Yeah, no, Garth Nix. I know what you mean.
Motherfucker, I need to look this up now.
What's my favorite fantasy sword? Maybe it's a video game
Be a
sword.
sci-fi sword. Video game sword counts.
Oh, sci-fi sword. Ooh.
Any sword.
I'm trying to. I feel like a Shardblade's a cop out.
No, Sharpblade's a solid pick. Which one?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't remember all of them.
Oh, that's a cop out. You gotta be able to pick
that
one.
is a cop out.
It's been a while since. It's been like
No, that's
2
fair.
years since I read
Shardblades. I'll
Stormlight
pay a
Archive.
Shardblade.
I like whatever the one is that Gavilar has,
Oathbringer.
which is no, Gavilar never had Oathbringer.
No, sorry, not Gavilar. No, I was thinking of
That's Dalinar.
Yeah, Dalinar.
Because Gavilar, okay, it's
So,
a
well,
minor
the
sword.
sun one. I know what you mean.
He's described as having he's got two because he's got a set
the
that he
king.
lends out,
Yeah.
and he's got his set that he also lends out. But there's
I know
one
what you
that's
mean, it's
described
wiggly.
as like long, thin, and straight. And I just imagine it as like this big, like rapier like blade on a big like two-hander hilt.
Yeah.
And I think that fucks.
No, that is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'll say a Shardblade. No, it's such a
I mean, I also just like Maya.
No, I'm gonna say Dirk's Unbreakable
Um,
Katana.
What was it like? Maya Laren? Edelyn's sword.
The thing that wakes me
Oh.
up in the morning, my alarm.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Isn't the sword called?
Oh,
isn't
I
the
can't
Spren-
remember. He's got he's
Yeah.
got opinions on it. But yeah, it's hard to say much about that without getting into weird spoilery
Yes, true.
zones.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say my favorite sword is Dirk's Unbreakable Katana because it's
That's fair.
It has
Oh.
symbolism, and also I've cosplayed Dirk,
I'm
so I
partial to
technically
the-
hold it.
to
held
I'm
it.
not saying
fucking-
the name of Dirk's other sword because maybe Welsh people listen to this podcast.
Califlush? I've already said it.
Yeah, but
You've tried.
yeah,
Califlinch.
I don't know that you're saying it right. I know what I.
If you're a Welsh
if
person,
you know how to
listening-
pronounce the sword, tell us and we'll try our.
If you know
we'll
how
either
to-
shut up or we'll
if
get
you
it
could
right.
send us an audio clip of you correctly pronouncing this, you can be on the next podcast.
But yeah, no, I was going to say, like, I'm most partial to the standard 40k chain sword because it's dumb.
Oh,
and I love
yeah,
it.
It's
no, you
very
win.
dumb, but it's very good. I like the chain axe better. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. The chain axe, I don't vibe with the chain axe as much. I like that the idea that this is a chainsaw sword that you can use to duel someone. That it's like sharp and like
Yeah.
dexterous to use, but that it's
Which is
horrifying. Well, I mean, like the models, yes, but like in theory, in the law, they're very.
I
thin.
think I've got a new.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
You can't do that with plastic.
No, it would break.
I mean, I like a good. I like a good Star Wars vibro sword.
Yeah, no, that's always a solid one.
Yeah,
I like swords; they're pretty cool.
swords are cool.
I think my favorite sword is Finn's grass sword from
Yeah.
Adventure Time.
That's a good sword.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Adventure Time has some good swords.
Adventure Time did have some good swords.
He kinda,
Oh man, There was a fucking like a dumb setting element that I forget who we came up with a few years back in New Games at some point, which was the idea like, so there is societies in real life that like never properly developed cavalry because they were like, they thought that riding a horse would destroy your balls and make
Which,
you
like,
infertile.
It probably does.
Like,
if you don't know how to do it, yeah,
before like
the saddle was built properly.
The saddle, not even the saddle. It's fucking
Stirrups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but those societies never got past that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and because the whole thing is like, well, we don't want to become infertile, so we're not going to ride a horse, and it's like, well, that's set you back cavalry ways pretty hard.
Yeah.
But so a society where like the idea that if you have a longer sword, you're compensating for something. And so like if you want to be respected as a fighter, you've got the shortest blade you can get away with.
Oh, that's
having.
cool. Yeah.
And so like no one's got like a long sword. You'll get like spears, but the blade on the end of the spear will be short.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, it's a little fucking iffy there. But you're giving those
shaky.
out en masse to your peasants. But even then, you can't.
Just some
give 'em-
people fight with just handles.
Well, I mean, like you could, but like you get a knife.
Yeah, but like it's a little longer.
Yeah, but
Someone just fisticuffs and then dies.
But like where like that idea. So there's no swords.
If you're not using a sword, it's because you're hiding the fact that the sword that you would use would be like 8 feet long.
Well, it's,
You just have a handle.
It was more like you'd use another weapon. So like you get more axes. You get more like.
What does
Love
using
axes.
nunchucks say
God,
about
I want
you?
a good,
nunchucks
like,
will work, but like nunchucks are not. They're not good.
I want a good Danish war axe.
I could go
Sexy
for
axe.
a fucking delicious Danish pastry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
also
use-
thinking that.
Yeah.
Cut my Danish pastry with a war axe. Split it in
Yeah.
two, we can both share some.
But yeah, like
Exactly.
no long blades.
The long
And
blades
like
is
that
good.
was just like, all right, let's see where this goes.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a
I'm always
I saw a tweet which was D&D world building idea, which is replace horses with bicycles.
Okay.
Like it's still fantasy, but
Yeah.
like everyone just
So
rides bikes.
Fun fact about bicycles.
Lances with bikes.
No, for real. So the thing with bikes is that like the reason mechs don't work like in real life,
Not
right? You can't
Lancer,
build a
like
mech or like an
jousting.
Evangelion or anything like that. Is that the square cube law breaks
Yes.
the way that bodies work, right? So things, if you make something twice as tall, it's going to be squared as heavy, and eventually it can't support itself, which is why like ants are so big compared to so small compared to their strength.
Yeah.
And like if you made someone bigger, they would just sort of collapse.
Like under
Bikes
the giant.
actually don't care.
Really?
Well, they do, right? But bikes are so efficient that if you built a bike, like the math has been done, if you built a bike at Evangelion scale, it'd work for if an Evangelion did.
Oh,
I
so
thought-
mechs just have to use bikes.
I thought
Yeah.
physicists don't understand how bike works or something.
No,
Like
but
we
they
don't
know
understand how
bikes.
bikes
They
stand
weren't sure
up
how they
or
stand
something.
up,
Yeah.
because they weren't sure which part's gyroscoping or if it's just like the human body doing that. But it's complicated. But
Okay, I'm glad we
But
still
the
don't
actual,
know
like-
how bikes work.
look, I don't. I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
your
yeah,
life is a nightmare.
at that size, a bike doesn't collapse under its own weight, and if you were to put the like force on the pedals in the right way, the bike could stand up to that and
Oh,
go.
that's sick.
That's great.
And that's fucking hilarious.
I love it. My mech needs to have a bike cam. That's the personalization thing that I've chosen.
Yeah,
My bike needs to have a mech. My bike needs to have like an exoskeleton that like makes it stronger.
unfortunately, in this universe, bikes don't work under the square cube law, but mechs do.
Oh,
Sorry,
I understand.
nerds. You get on the bike and it just collapses. And the mech is fine.
I feel like you could probably have some like little scuttly mechs.
I believe
Isn't
in the
like the
second
Pegasus?
act.
Quadruped.
Isn't the Pegasus like that?
Pegasus is quadruped, yeah.
Yeah. Pegasus
like a
is
little
quadruped
scuttly.
in a really cool fucked up way.
The Pegasus is like a fucking like mass-produced Evangelion looking bastard. It's a spooky
yeah,
bastard.
right?
The Lancaster is quadruped, but that's because it looks like one of those.
Yeah.
Those fucking the big dog.
Yes.
One of those guys.
Yeah, the Swallowtail as well.
Yeah, so
I
the
like the
Swallowtail's
Swallowtail.
quadruped. There's a few quadruped SSC mechs. The Swallowtail's just a little guy.
Yeah.
The Death's Head's
I'm
horrifying.
definitely taking. I'm
I love
going to
the
put a
Death's Head.
license
It's got
level
arms.
in Swallowtail, so I can take its climb on walls and ceilings thing.
Yeah, is that Swallowtail or is that
That's
Death's
the
Head?
I thought that was the Swallowtail.
Okay, I know Death's Head gets something like that as well. But yeah,
Yeah, cool.
fun
It's very cool.
mechs.
I love
Lancer.
mechs.
Lancer is just, it's fun.
I haven't
Minotaur's
played it yet, but I'm
quadruped.
Keeping you.
Hmm?
The Minotaur's quadruped.
Isn't the Minotaur more than that? It has like arms as well.
Yeah, it's a centaur.
Yeah.
It's a centaur.
Oh yeah, yeah.
the fucking minute is that mech's whole gimmick, right? For those of you at home, it's a mech that's gimmick is that it's bigger on the inside. It's doing some spatial manipulation, but you can't leave. You're stuck in the Minotaur's labyrinth in that once you are next to it, you cannot willingly get further away. You are stuck in the labyrinth. Space doesn't work right anymore.
It's fucked. I love paracausal shit.
I also love the Minotaur because one of its like special mech abilities is that if it destroyed or explodes, you don't take any damage.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah. The cockpit's not real.
And doesn't it self-destruct?
Probably.
No. Well, I mean, like, they all
Or is that a
can, but
different
no,
thing?
you're thinking of the Manticore.
I am thinking of the Manticore.
The Manticore's fucking great.
Its core power is it kills you.
Well, no, its core power... That's not even its
What
core
a
power.
power!
So its core power is, like, it just gives it, like, a lightning field, which is very cool. It's very strong.
Oh, it's one
but
of its
it gets
traits,
a trait, which is that you can just turn on or off when you get, like, a proper rest and, like, get to fuck around with its engine. You can activate a castigation state, an unstable castigation state, where if the mech were to die, normally, like, if your mech dies, you're fine in there. And, like, if it overheats, it the reactor can melt down and you get time to get out. If you're in an unstable castigation state and the mech dies, it immediately explodes. You cannot survive this.
Yes.
But it does horrifying. It's like way more than the usual damage.
It also does not work if you're not inside.
Yes. Like, hard coded into the rules. If you don't die, it does not work.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And like part of the way you play it is your opponents don't know if you're in a castigation state or not.
Oh, that's cool.
So you gotta play those mind games.
I think it'd be interesting also if you were playing Temple of Lancer where cloning was super prominent or
Cloning
super
is
available.
a thing.
Yeah, because cloning's a thing, but the main thing is it's either very expensive and hard to do, or it's kind of a little bit shit and you lose something.
It always has a quirk, right? There's a chart for it.
I just think it'd be fun to play a build where you're like relying super hard on the cloning. You just go castigation state ever, like fuck everyone up, but you're kind of just destroying yourself every time.
I think that's only fun if there's problems with cloning.
No. If there's problems with cloning, that's what I'm saying. You slowly just lose bits of yourself and get quirked into another person.
I like the one of the quirks is like, yeah, I've got all the memories of this other dude, but that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm a different dude.
What are you, Crow from Destiny?
Yeah, like basically. Except you've got them from the start.
We should probably wrap up. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Swords are fucking cool.
Swords are fucking cool.
Wow, that was like the easiest final thought.
I'm confident enough in my dick that I can say swords are cool.
Yeah,
Is that your final thought?
I don't have to compensate by saying swords aren't cool.
Okay, Cam is confident in his dick.
Yeah, I did say that aloud, huh?
Yeah. Jade, was that?
Shit.
Did you already give your final thought? Was that it?
I said don't make filk.
Don't make filk. If you get milk, don't fuck it.
Yeah. This is also
challenge
a
accepted.
genre. But
You can make that.
I thought I literally just thought you were saying like don't make this type of music anymore.
I was making.
It's all been done.
Not to make fucked milk.
My final thought is go read the newest book in the UniSFA library, Warrior Cats Into the Wild.
But
I recommend
what
it.
light through yonder window fucks.
Yeah. Also,
All
I just found out Caramel Dancing isn't the original this week. That was weird.
Oh yeah. It's
There's a whole thing there. That was the Anasali video.
What?
I brought that up. Oh wait, was that in the pre-podcast? Jan Nasali, watch his content.
Yeah.
Headphones.